peoples, what's going on? This is Inflewence, and you're joining me on another Car Chronicles.
Keep on, I said it ain't gonna stop, it ain't gonna stop, it ain't gonna flop. Stop acting like we ain't so hot.
This time, Game of Thrones. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Game of Thrones final season premiered last night. And it was great. Not a whole lot happened, but I mean, who expect the first? I mean, a whole lot did happen, but not a whole lot happened. So I'm gonna try to keep this as spoiler free as possible. Oh, okay. Accident up here. Hopefully everybody's all right. Spoiler free as possible. I hate spoilers personally, but with all that said, there may be a few slipping. I'm gonna try to edit it out if I do slip. What the hell is this big truck doing? But yeah, so like I was saying, not a lot happened last night, but a lot did happen. A lot of these characters, it's been years since they've seen each other. I mean, I don't know how long it's been on the show, but it's been some time. It's been years for us, like 2 years, 3 years, because everybody been separated really. So the reunions are pretty dope. The Thrones is a drama. That's what I don't think some people understand. I mean, most people that watch it understand. Got this lane, the things sprinkled in, I should say. But at its core, it is a drama, and it does drama very well. Everything a drama should do, it does. And there's a truck up here that is hauling a bunch of shit in the left lane. Like, why are you in the left lane hauling all this shit? I'm gonna start. I need a dash cam. This guy, man. All right. Game of Thrones is a drama at its core, with sprinkled in some action and some suspense and some of those things that people like, and you know, all the dynamics. It's a lot of moving parts. All those things are what make Game of Thrones it. But in the acting and the people involved that make this show. So I mean, the big reveal, which you could probably guess what it was, uneventfully eventful. Like, I love how they did it. And that's what I think, like, the writers and directors, they just have this certain way about how they do stuff. Like, it was subtle. It wasn't like this big grand thing. And it was great because the reaction is like a real, you know, a real person. Seeing the dynamic between Jon Snow and this ain't really spoilery because you was seeing some of it last season. Jon Snow and Daenerys, like, that was cool. Dragons are always cool. Who don't like dragons? But it was a cool scene in there. The dynamic of the dragons and Jon Snow, like that was cool. I already know who Jon Snow is. He just doesn't. So Jon Snow's sisters, with the quotations, like how much they've changed is funny because all the actors are great. I mean, we know that from seasons before, but just the change in dynamic range of these individuals. And it's cool because they kind of grew up on the show, a lot of them. So they changed as people in real life, turned into adults. And that's kind of the dynamic they have on the show. Like, one of my favorite characters. She's probably one of the favorite characters on the show, besides John. But I just like her because I like where she came from. She was always tough, even as a little kid. She wasn't always looked at as being tough. So the fact that, you know, she's the faceless and she became part of them and they're basically assassins. So, like, she's a damn assassin. And people we've never seen on screen together. I think that's a cool thing. Unsullied and those characters coming together with not just John, but coming into Winterfell. I'm not sure what else. I think it was a great episode, and I think it's building. Like, we have a lot. Like, it established a lot of things in that episode that we knew was coming and we knew about. But I think maybe the one negative is they didn't really address. They did address it once, but they didn't address like what the army breaking through. Like, they didn't show where they're at now, the ice army with the Ice King. I guess they're probably saving that. There's rumor that there's a battle that is basically a whole episode, so I'm sure that's probably them fighting. It's gonna be probably closer to the end of the series, because I assume they defeat them, but not without casualties, I'm sure, and probably a lot. I say that negative because some people might be disappointed in that they didn't address, like they didn't show. And that's another thing I want to discuss. Like, I don't know, like, binging has ruined TV for me, but there are a few shows that I'm kind of glad we can't binge, and that Game of Thrones is one of them. Like, I think this is how you should watch TV, because if you binge Game of Thrones, like I was saying, there's so much information that you, for one, won't catch everything, because after like you know how you get zombified 2-3 episodes in, especially if you're binging like all day. Like, about third episode, you zombified, and you know, you just ain't on it like you want to be. So, misanticipating the show, and I kind of put Game of Thrones in the back of my mind because of it being so long. So, happy 565 or 35 or whatever, 45, how many days it was we had to wait. Like, I threw it in the back of my mind because I knew it wasn't coming soon. So very few shows that I want to, like, that anticipation is there, and Game of Thrones is one of them. Right back to it, and it's interesting. Like, subscribe. Oh man, they need to fix this road right here. Like I was saying, like, subscribe, share, enter the discussion below in the comment section. I appreciate it all. Please try to keep spoilers to a minimum, but also people watching understand if you go in the comment section there may be spoilers. So I just want to give that that little disclaimer, because you know how the comments are. You might see anything, or you might see nothing. My comments, you might see nothing. I don't know. Definitely gonna keep doing this. Alright, so I'll get up with y'all.
Hip-hop, I feel, I gotta say, who am I, you might say, influence, and I spit better than most in this game.